Yes. Yeah.
But like the comparison, like with me and some of the other guys.
So that'd be something neat to see, the Harry Centers.
The Pirates playing in Williams.
Welcome back for period 2. Of course, my favorite season kicked off this week. The NHL season, hockey season's back.
How happy are you?
Oh, I'm extremely happy that hockey's back for sure. But back to the yelling at the TV nightly and for the Flyers, the typical Philly thing. As we just talked about the Phillies, just same now with the Flyers.
Right.
But no, I was shocked when they opened their season opener the other night against the Devils. I was not expecting it because there has been so much talk about the Flyers really just not doing well since they have Tortorella in his coach now. Which I think having him in is a good choice because he can bring that grit that the Flyers have been losing.
Well, I thought he was the fan choice. I thought the fan base was very excited to have him.
I heard mix. I heard there was a mix on a lot of things, on a lot of the choices that the Flyers were doing in the front office and all that. So it's one of those things to where fans might have loved it. Some fans might have hated it. I thought it was a good choice.
Well, that's all that matters because you're the one with the podcast.
I mean, I was shocked that the Flyers even beat the Devils to begin with, because the Devils seem to always have the Flyers number. But I have a 5-2 win. I'll take it. But this year, just for expectation, I'm just hoping for playoffs, just making them at this point. Hell, I'd even accept close to playoffs. Since last year, they were dumpstered.
Well, sometimes, I mean, all you need to do is battle back and regroup and light a fire, and maybe that's what they did.
Well, with the new coach, I mean that Torello could have lit something that really would have set the Flyers off, because the Flyers were last in the Metro, in the Metro division. So it's not like they even put up anything, and they were fourth from last place in the entire league.
Oof.
Yeah. So as you can, like I said, playoffs, even close to playoffs at this point, it's a progress. But with the NHL kicking off, I mean, Ovechkin chasing Gretzky yet. Well, right now he's, I think, only 20 behind Gordie Howe.
Wow. I know you mentioned this last year, like his chances of getting to a certain spot.
21 to tie. 21 to tie for Ovechkin to tie Gordie Howe. Which I can easily see that this year, the way Ovechkin plays and all that, because once he gets on a hot streak, it's going to just, the stats are going to shoot up. Because right now he is, nope, that's not right. I can't math. He's 114 behind Gretzky to tie him.
Okay.
So a couple good seasons, at least 3 good seasons of. That's not it. That's definitely not it. Oh no, there you go. With basically 40 goals for 3 seasons, he'll make it. So he easily could do that. Trying to find a stat here. Come on now. I mean, as long as he stays healthy, and he'll be able to do it for sure.
And he's had a long career, so.
Yes, he has.
Not Jaromir Jagr long, but.
No, not that. No, Jagr's still playing. Not in the NHL, but he's still playing.
At this point, how many years is he in?
Oh, jeez.
He was drafted in 1990.
The last time he played on an NHL team was 17-18 with the Flames. Other than that, he's been playing over in the Czech League.
Wow.
And this season, for him, he's played 43 games, has 8 goals and 11 assists. Over in that
He's a 50-year-old man. I got to be honest, that sounds pretty impressive for a 50-year-old man.
Yes, absolutely it is. I mean, hell, for him still playing at that age, it's
right.
Think about it. You're playing against somebody who's been around the NHL that long, or just been around, in general, and you're playing against him, playing against basically a legend yet, who's still beating you, and you're at your prime. Hell, imagine being that that young kid who idolized you, and he's taking a face-off against you.
That's crazy.
Well, I can actually say that is a very, very interesting experience, because I had that back in, I think it was 14, in a work charity game I played in against the Flyers alumni.
Yeah, I remember that.
And one of the bigger names was Brian Propp. He was one of the bigger names there, and just somebody who played for the Flyers when he did, and you're looking over doing a face-off, he's right there. You're taking a face-off against him. That's a kind of surreal moment.
And I remember you enjoyed yourself.
It was a fun game. Don't get me wrong. It was. I mean, I remember the game clearly. I mean, it was a fun game. I mean, those players could have just cranked it up at any moment, because the one guy actually did. In a blink of an eye, he was at one end of the ice to the other. It's like, oh, okay, not catching him. They could have easily turned it up at any moment. You can tell they were probably at like maybe 5%. Because they could have easily just blasted and outskated everybody that was on that ice easily. No, that was a fun game. That definitely was a fun game. But yeah, no, I mean, even right now with the season kickoff, I know it's early, a couple games in. I just hope the Flyers, just for playoff, are close to it at this point. Rangers looking strong.
I see the Hurricanes are the favorites to win the Stanley Cup.
Hurricanes, Carolina, Colorado. I think New York was involved in that one, because right now they're doing well. They've played 3 games and they're 2-1. But I think I heard those in the mix, and I heard Florida might be in that mix as well as Tampa. I'm trying to think of who else I saw from the East that was looking to win that one. I know from the West they're looking Colorado for sure, because they always want to put the champion at the top there as to repeat.
Right.
I'm trying to think, who else did I see? Come on now.
Okay, here's something from the Uniwatch files while you look that up. I saw the Flames are going to bring back the early 2000s Blasty the Horse alternate jersey.
Yes, I saw that.
I thought that was an ugly ass jersey, so I'm kind of amused you're excited for it.
Well, no, it's just to see like an old jersey. Yeah, it's not the greatest looking one, but I still liked it. It wasn't.
How sad is it that the old jerseys are now the jerseys from when we played hits all the time? The ones that were like the regular jersey then is now the throwback. That hurts.
Yeah, that does kind of hurt. That does.
Because I rationalized the Phils have been wearing that current jersey since '92, and they haven't really freshened anything up.
Yeah,
But hockey tends
yeah.
to, there's a little more overturn in jersey designs in hockey than there is in baseball.
Oh, the Leafs were also on that mix. They're putting Toronto as a contender for the cup.
But it's the Maple Leafs.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they're gonna do what the
They're gonna
Maple Leafs
blow it at
do.
the end. Either blow it at the
Which I
end
feel
or
bad for that fan base, but that's
because it's a loyal
unfortunately,
fan base. Toronto is an extremely loyal fan
but
base.
that's unfortunately the reputation the team has at this point.
Yeah, it is. It's unfortunately yeah, for how loyal they are, and they can barely ever get past the first round. I mean, they can get to the playoffs, but them trying to get any further is nearly impossible. Trying to see if I cannot find that full list anywhere now.
No, you're fine.
That's debatable. To know, I know
Well,
tomorrow I'll
let
be
me
sitting in
ask you
front of
this before we wrap this up. What are your thoughts on the ads on the jerseys and the helmets?
the helmets. Don't bother me with that. The helmets actually do not bother me with the ads. That doesn't because they did that after the bubble. They did that.
Yeah.
The ads on the jersey, I don't know. If they can make it subtle and okay, fine. But if it's going to be like they do over in Europe where it's like a full-blown
Like those ones we saw.
yeah, where it's like every inch of the jersey is covered, then that's a little ridiculous.
It's a legitimate fear amongst the Unawatch community, myself and I mean, my thoughts are I don't like it, but it might be a necessary evil. But I don't want to see it go beyond what it is. I don't want to see any sports jersey to just become a walking advertisement. Um, the NBA, like the Lakers, I think they have a little wish logo right above the Lakers word crest on the chest. And it's in the team colors. So if it's the purple jersey, it's in yellow. If it's on the yellow jersey, it's in purple. It's tasteful. It's well done. You notice it, but you really don't.
If it's something like that, then probably not. Like if they maybe have it on the bottom of the jersey, like right where close to the bottom where the threading is.
Well, I think
You
the
know,
Penguins is on the opposite side that the captain's
yeah,
logo would be on.
I've seen that one. That one's all right. I mean, if it's an actually legit sponsor of them, like let's say their arena, then okay.
Well, I think
But if
theirs
it's,
is Blue Cross, so it's it's
I
it's a
thought
local health insurance company.
I think PPG's on the helmet.
I think PPG is on the helmet, but I think
Yeah, yeah,
their
you're right. You're right. I
sponsor
was
is
getting
Blue
them mixed up.
Cross.
You're right. I was
But
getting them
still,
mixed up.
they're sticking to local. So here's where I'm okay with it. They're sticking to local companies. I'm
That's
okay
acceptable.
with it.
If it's local, if they're supporting what's in their city, fine. Then as long as
City,
they make it
state,
tasteful,
region, whatever.
who cares? But if you start putting on like gas companies or all these other stuff that's not even local to them, and the full jersey is the ad,
And
at that point, when does the team stop becoming the team then?
and I guess to some degree we're hypocritical because the Hershey Bears are an advertisement without even being an advertisement.
Just the name Hershey in general. I mean, everybody thinks Hershey. The first thing they think of is chocolate, or some idiot roaring at the guy handing out parking passes. Yeah, that was me.
We were there last week. We rode
Uh,
one ride. because it took us 40 minutes to get in. That's how long the lines were to get in. We had free tickets. So
That's the only way you can really get into Hershey Park. Well, the story behind the roar was me and Jason went to a game.
To meet up with Jonathan, for the record.
Yes.
Johnny Bobble.
Yep, to meet up with Johnny Bobble. And apparently Hershey stopped being cash. They stopped taking cash in general.
Yep.
So I got there with cash in hand, like I always did every game I went to for parking. And the guy looked at my hand with cash in it, and he was like, "If you roar, I'll give you free parking." I didn't even hesitate.
For the record, you had exact change, so it's not like he had to make change. You had the exact amount. He could have just taken your $20 bill.
But the fact he was like, "Give you free parking if you roar," no hesitation, right out with it. There you go. And we both looked at her like, "Are you serious?"
It took us until the third period to figure out why.
Yeah, it did actually. And even we walked around the arena multiple times. It still took us to the third. But yeah, I mean, with the jersey, I mean, now thinking about this though, you say about the jerseys, think about the ice, like we saw that, like we did the last time on the one episode where we talked about the advertisements on the ice.
Yeah,
on how over in Europe, it's like literally the whole sheet.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong.
To some regard, we're used to that because there's small advertisements on the ice. There's ice on the boards, or there's ice on the boards. There's ads on the boards.
But the thing is, though, when it's on the ice, the NHL has like in the corners, at center. That's really it.
Yeah.
Where over in Europe, it's literally looks like a NASCAR. It's covered. It's completely covered. And apparently now the NHL has virtual ads on the boards. Did you see that one?
Oh, they have like the video ads that can change every period or whatever.
NHL new virtual board ads are and a literal eyesore. That article was 22 minutes ago from Vancouver. Yeah. So I guess anyway.
That's not good.
What?
That is not good. You might have to add this to the video portion of the show. What I am sending you. That is not good.
Yep. Oh, yeah. I seen that one. Yep. Where it looks like the players are in the boards behind the ads.
That's terrible. Yeah, they can't keep that. That makes the glow puck look like a really good idea.
Exactly. And we all know how fun that was at the time.
Holy hell.
Yep. I seen that.
Okay. In defense of the glow puck, I understood what Fox was trying to do. They were trying to make it easier for the casual average fan to follow, to bring them into becoming NHL fans. I get it. The execution just was not there in 1995. You might be able to pull that off now a little better, but in 1995, you really weren't.
It was
technology just was not there.
It was the idea was good to bring fans in, but when you watched it, it was just what am I watching?
They're editing with Video Toaster. They can't do it.
Whew, that is deep.
That's
but yeah, I mean, like I said, I don't think the ads are, as long as they keep it tasteful. I mean, the ads on the helmet, they did that last year. Ads on the jersey, some teams have been doing it, but you really haven't noticed it too much, so it hasn't been really a big eyesore. So at that point, it really doesn't matter. But it's when they start being like the European leagues and it's all over the place, then that's kind of crazy. But yeah, and the odds are now these are the top ones for the odds to win the Stanley Cup. Colorado Carolina, Toronto, Florida, Tampa, Edmonton. Edmonton of all teams. Calgary, Minnesota, New York. And that's coming from just an odds tracker here. I'm trying to see. Sports Betting Dime is where it's coming from. I mean, of course, the list goes on, but still, those are some of the top ones there.
Right.
Hell, I'm just shocked.
It's early in the season. Anything can happen.
Oh, hell yeah. The Flyers getting win the Stanley Cup, which we know won't happen. Hey, just being realistic. I'm just hoping for playoffs. That's all I'm hoping for. Yeah, I am happy the NHL kicks off, so it's finally here. It's back. So on that note, we'll be leaving the second period. And we'll be right back.